What's up, everybody? I am Lady Stars and Fire, and my real name is Michelle Espinosa. This would be part 2 of the weekly healing messages. Spirit is telling me that this is more like a runic direction of inspiration this week. I'm going to go back and give you what was given to me for spiritual guidance this week. But then I'm going to throw the runes in at you. So if you didn't get the astrology or you didn't watch part 1, you're at least getting a little bit of the 2 of them. I was given this week by Spirit 3 circles. And instead of them being one circle, and one circle with a line through it, which typically would be the symbol of healing, the line is missing. And I feel more like it's a chain, like a link of circles. And like you're trying to straighten it out so it would hang right. I'm also being given a tree that is at a slant. The slant of the hill would be like this, and the tree is growing straight like this. Not outwardly, you know, like off the ground, plane out, because it's at a slant. It's moving up towards the light, is what I'm being shown. Shamanically, I can't tell you what those mean. I can only give you the information that they're giving me and allow you to decide what that means in your life. I'm also being shown like hugging a tree, but it's not about hugging the tree. It's about looking up at the tree from like underneath. And what I'm seeing is like the tallest tree, it seems like. The tallest tree ever. And the point here is you can't see the top. You eventually see the branches and you see the leaves, but eventually you no longer can see where the tree ends. That's up to you to decide what it means. I'm also being given dominoes this week, and they're falling, like the chips are falling. And I do know that Spirit is basically giving me the information of, as things fall into their proper places, and things happen for the reason that is bigger than you, don't put yourself in karma's way for any of those chips to fall on you. Make sure you place yourself in the right place so at least as things fall, they fall properly around you in ways that work for you. I'm also being given the dragon in a journey. I'm being given the dragon. The dragon shows me its face, and then it shows me its claw, and it's just like tapping. Or it might even be pulling, kind of, to me, like to itself, or tapping, because I can't really tell. That would be up to you to decide what the dragon might be telling you if you go into dragon medicine. And I'm being shown a jester or like a medicine man or a shaman, and what he's doing basically is he's invoking spirit. He's bringing spirit in. He's accepting spirit to be part of who he is and accepting himself for the spirit that he is. And, you know, he's bringing all of that in, and he's reminding us this is what it's about, not the material. Basically, I am shown in astrology, though, that the Cancer sign right now, everything has to do with the Cancer sign, and everything's pretty much going to have to do with Cancer, Capricorn, and the North Node, which is in Leo, which is speaking to us of also of our 4th house, which I've been speaking of for weeks now, the energy of 6, which goes with that 4th house, as well as the 10th house, universally. Now, as I go into the runes, I will give you a rune that was not pulled first and foremost, and that's because everywhere I have been going all week, Spirit is actually showing me it on everything. And they are showing me alges. Looks like a Y. Alges is the elk. It is the sword. It is protection. It is twins. It is air. There's a couple runes this week. More like 4. Alges, it speaks to us of the focus of the world of spirit itself. It points to a strong psychic defense or the need for them. It indicates the presence of guiding spirits, protective spirits of protection, and of spirit itself. It is the rune of protection and of the bridge. It is the bridge to the unseen world. It can often reveal, this is the important part this week, alges can often reveal harsh and difficult experiences in which we learn powerful lessons. It speaks to us of its interpretations of principle of divine connection, of expansion of our consciousness, of our self, the self being the channel, of the channel being into higher energies, of our soul self, connecting with our soul self. It is also of crossing the rainbow bridge, embracing guidance and protection, as well as projecting spirit essence into the very external environment. Practice of magic and spiritual crafting, awakening to a higher being and the rights of that new higher passage. It is also speaks to us of the warrior or the shaman, powerful spiritual guides being brought forth. Now, that is what I'm being shown specifically from Spirit. But when I pull the runes, I am being given to Waz. And this is coming, because I have 5 sets that I work with. It is coming in Amazonite. It is speaking to us of our spiritual protection. It is speaking to us of our psychic protection, our astral traveling as well, and truth and honesty. Tawaz is the God. It is the sky. It is the polar star. It is order, and it is air. It speaks to us of the mineral world. It speaks to us of honor, justice, leadership, analysis, rationality. It focuses on the matters of adherence, principle, victory, through wisdom and social order and justice. It points to the need right now of needing to move forward with a seasoned approach. It speaks to us of tapping into our psychic energy, basically, as well, of our intuition, our scientific side within that psychic energy. It indicates the presence of a strong man, or it may be bringing forth a weak man who thinks that he is strong by controlling others. It also speaks to us of social order, of law, of justice, the polar star, personal sacrifices, the notion of independence, which it is that we all are a part of, that we all are part of in this existence, to which it is we all simply belong. It also speaks to us of cooperating, division into separate working units. Separate things when you must. Plain and simple. Some things are not meant to be together. Loyalty, faith, and principle. The necessary protocol, and oath-taking, analysis, method, courage, planning, precision. It also speaks to us of military action, victory in battle, and weaponry. Now, the next one that I am given is when. And when is coming in unconditional love. It looks like a P. It is coming in unconditional love, love of self, love of others. As well as I think it's calming in energies as well. When speaks to us of what we need right now, how we need to deal with this, of understanding how to get and make it so. When speaks to us of what we want. We want the joy. We want the perfection. We want the wish to come true. It speaks to us of creating those states of harmony. It speaks to us of our otherwise social relationships. Points to the recognition by others. Being realized, being recognized for what you do. It is also, it brings us prosperity. When does. It is the presence of a highly successful or fulfilled people who show that they are much in tune with their own magical gifts, with their own soul, with their own, with the connection of the one, with that soulfulness, their magic, bleh, if I can talk. It speaks to us of joy, of comfort, of pleasure, prosperity, fellowship. It speaks to us of the person who's in tune with themselves as well as with those around them. And it's telling us to use that power of bringing that harmony and that creation into your manifestation. The Wind speaks to us of the magical will itself, the search for perfection. People, friends, social relationships, and the very getting on with people. Social accomplishments can be made. Success, prosperity through the relationships by creating that social harmony. It is rewards for the right efforts and the right conduct. It is the magical wish that can be created through having the right efforts, the right conduct, by bringing harmony to the situation. It is the creation of the place and the social spectrum itself. It is the mastery of external interaction, basically. The relationship of being with common goals, of purpose, and of larger groups within larger social groups. And lastly, I'm being given the information, which is of being wise, my friend. But it also is a very positive thing. We are getting Fei Wu, which is coming in unconditional love, love of self, love of others. I wrote something down here once. I think I wanted to use that. Fei Wu speaks to us as you are being shown an important opportunity to connect with the limitless abundance, wealth, and prosperity flow of life itself, but share those resources. It speaks to us of possessions won and earned, sign of hope and success, energy and foresight, as well as fertility, creation, and destruction. Basically, when we think of wind, what we need to realize is wind typically is usually seen as cattle, wealth, possessions. And it is. But how are you going about the wealth and those possessions? That is how you work with Fei Wu. Fei Wu warns you that it is a gift that must be circulated. And if you're not circulating it properly, it will be taken away, basically. It underlines the ability of being able to circulate. It's something that must be honored, but never hoarded. It must be respected. You must carry great respect for it. You must look after it. But you can't keep it just for yourself, and you're not to use it for profit. It speaks to us of understanding money itself in the world, spiritually. It's just paper. It's no more important than my book or anything else. I mean, what's written on the paper is what's important. But the paper itself isn't quite as important. And in order for you to get to that wealth, you need to know how to circulate. And what they're reminding us is you don't start with that way of doing things. You start with understanding that knowledge can give you power. Power, then, can give you wealth. Wealth can give you that money. Okay? It's a way of circulating properly as you learn. Share what you learn. Help others. At the same time, help yourself, but help others. Circulate. As you circulate everything, it comes back threefold. I was told by Spirit the other day, you have two questions to ask yourself, because it's the threefold theory. It is, in a sense, it is what you give is what you get. But what we don't want to realize, and I'm being given a blue energy right now, which is more or less telling you to, pull yourself into a higher vibration, into a more believable, I believe in it, I have more courage, I have more faith within it, is what I'm being given. But what they're saying is you've got to realize what you give is what you get. If you don't like it's like with seeds, the harvest, if you don't like what you planted, and the harvest is coming out to not be what you want, change the seed. Basically, you're going to give what you get in that sense. What they're saying is, what problems do you spend your time solving? Because what you give your time, your money, and your energy to define who you are. Okay? And then they're also telling me that, what are your habits? What do you choose to do with your time? What are your habits? Are you using your habits to move you the way you want to? Or are you using your habits and they're not doing a damn thing for you? What do you give your time, your energy, and your money to? You are already planting seeds. And are you realizing you're planting the seeds? So if you're not getting the harvest you want, stop complaining, change the seed. Okay? You can get the knowledge you want. You can find out how to get that knowledge, which then can make it abundant, because you then becoming powerful, which then can turn it into financial money, basically in wealth. Here and here is what they're saying. Learn how to do it properly so that it's on sturdy foundation. I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I will catch you next week. And if you have any questions or want to know anything else about me, or if you're curious about your own astrology readings or rune readings or anything else that I do, you can check me out at my website, ladystarsandfire.com. But until next week, hugs and kisses in the wind. Bye.